tragic incident has come to light from Kerala. A 13-year-old boy identified as Midhun, who is a Class 8 student at the Tevalakara Boys High School in Kollam, was electrocuted on Thursday morning. Now, he was trying to retrieve his slipper from the roof of a bicycle shed, which is when he came into contact with a low-hanging live electric wire. Although he was rushed to the hospital, he could not be saved. Now, the school had reportedly requested the Kerala State Electricity Board to shift the power line earlier, but no action was taken. The Kerala government had in fact ordered an inquiry with both the education and power ministers seeking reports. Political heat is rising in the case. CPI leader and Minister Chinchu Rani was drawn criticism after attending a party-organized women's gathering and participating in a Zumba dance session even after learning about the tragic electrocution death. Political protests erupted at the school with BJP workers staging demonstrations outside the premises. While Congress MP K.C. Venugopal described the incident as very unfortunate while calling out irresponsible attitude on the part of the school authorities.
This type of a sad incident happening in a school, losing one of the best boys' life, is most unfortunate thing in this history. The government should take concrete action about this incident, and they have to show the people of the state that they are very much sensitive on these type of issues.
My colleague Vivek, in fact, joins us on the phone line. Vivek, what exactly happened? This happened within the school premises, is it?
Yes, absolutely. This happened within the school premises yesterday afternoon. When this boy was playing around, his slippers had gone atop of this building. It was a very old building where bicycles have been parked, and there was a low-lying electrical wire which was there. Now, what the headmaster says is that they had given a clear warning to all the students not to climb atop this particular building because it's a very dilapidated old building and it would collapse any time. But there was no clear signals or any board that's been placed nearby, and this building is part of the school, and the school authorities have been demanding the KSEB, the Kerala State Electricity Board, to remove that low-lying wire for a very long time. But the KSEB officials, when you talk to them, they are saying that there was no such message that's been conveyed. But whatever happened yesterday when the boy, that is 13-year-old Midhun, who climbed on top of this old building, and he got electrocuted because this wire came in contact with him, and he fell down, and he was taken. By the time he was taken to the hospital, he was declared dead. It's a very, very tragic incident that took place around 3 o'clock in the evening yesterday in the Tevalakara government office high school. After this, both BJP and Congress activists and many other organizations, charged at the school headmaster and the authorities and the education minister, saying that, this is highly insensitive. The school authorities should have actually taken notice of this and should have taken action to remove this line, this electrical line, which is very, very close to this building. And, anyone who's entering the, at least the authorities at that point of time should have taken notice and should have not avoided the boy to climb on top of that building. But here we can see that the boy was climbing on top of that, and, he was coming in contact with this wire. And later, what is even more shocking was that there was an incident in Ernakulam where Minister Chinchu Rani, who is a CPI minister, was participating in a party event and also was, holding a Zumba dance in that event. And this particular video went viral, and many were criticizing the minister. The minister, being from Kollam, why didn't she actually visit this school instead of participating in this event and holding a Zumba dance? And what is even more insensitive is that the minister has also not blamed the school authorities. In a speech, she said that the boy should not have actually climbed. In a way that it was a mistake on part of this 13-year-old boy. So these kind of statements and these actions are actually widespread criticism within the society and
Basically,
also
this is
among
passing
the
the
public.
buck, right? This is just passing the buck. You have the education minister saying what was the headmaster and the school authorities doing. Then you have the minister who is from that, Kollam district itself, who goes for a Zumba dance after coming to know about this tragedy. At the end of the day, Midhun, the 13-year-old boy, has just lost his life, and nobody is going to take responsibility for this.
Absolutely true. It's only his family, who's facing who's at the receiving end, and they are the ones who face. They lost their dear one, their son, and you can see the mother of the 13-year-old crying, in front of her house yesterday, and this was a very heart-wrenching scene, that took place yesterday. And not just that, this shows the dilapidated situation of the education system, of the public infrastructure, especially a school, a government high school, that is, in Kollam, and this is a very, very old school, quite prestigious school, and it is this premises that, such a shocking incident took place, and, there has to be action against the management. And yesterday, the education minister, V. Shivanguti, has blasted the headmaster and the principal, saying that what action did they take and what were they doing, when this was happening, because this has come as a huge embarrassment for not just the school authorities, but the entire government machinery, because this raises a lot of question about the public
A
infrastructure,
government that
especially
prides about infrastructure for government schools. They've been saying that they've been getting smart classes, they've been getting, the reforming the entire benches system. Everything is being done, and this government takes credit for it as well. But here, a dilapidated building, worn out infrastructure, and a live wire. This just shows that all this is just part of their PR strategy. There seems to be nothing actually on the ground, because this Tivalakara school incident just shows that the narrative that they've been pushing, saying that they've been able to advance so much in the schools with regard to its infrastructure, seems falling flat over here.
These statements which they're giving simply falls flat, and it also shows that these are all just PR exercises that's been going on across Kerala. Remember the smart schools, smart classes things, which the education minister has been saying for a long time. These are all confined to towns like Ernakulam, Trivandrum, but there are such schools coming up. But the fact is, when it comes to villages and small towns, there are these old schools, especially government schools, where the buildings are in such a dilapidated state, especially the school buildings, where most of these buildings does not have any basic security infrastructure. For example, if you look at most of these schools, the classrooms are just very, very near to these electric stations and electric wires. You can see low-hanging electric wires in most of these places. And no action has been taken against them. If you ask the KSEB says that the school authorities have not informed them about this. When you ask the school authorities, they say that they have told the KSEB officials for a very long time and no action has been taken. So basically, the complaint is being made from one side, but no action has been taken on the other side. So it's basically passing the buck from each and every organizations and also various departments of the government. But what happened yesterday was, even after all these things, a 13-year-old boy has lost his life, his family has lost his dear one, and they are the one who is bearing the loss for this, for these actions that's been taken by the school authorities. If the school authorities have actually come forward and taken action, this tragedy could have been averted. But that did not simply happen, and what we saw is nothing but an absolute tragedy.